Hey guys, what's going on? Crafted here, and welcome to my podcast where I interview different YouTubers and ask them a bunch of cool questions. I'm here with my good friend DomRetana.
How's it going?
There's always such a delayed reaction whenever I introduce people. No one ever knows whether they should talk or not.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no one ever does. Yeah, so I got Dom here. I got give him a little bit of an interview, got a bit of a chat, and hopefully you guys can learn a bit more about him. So I'm gonna ask you the first question, which I ask everybody, which is how did you get into Minecraft?
This is actually a funny story because my younger brother got into it first. He was kind of at a part in his life where he was really into the open sandbox games. And he tried showing me Minecraft, I guess back when it was very basic, and I just didn't understand it. I couldn't get into it. I just didn't get the idea of walking around and breaking blocks, and it was bizarre to me. So I was just like, I can't play this. Then a couple years later, I mean, he was more into like the modded side. Things with Minecraft had progressed a lot, and at that point, he was kind of showing me Minecraft, and it didn't really get serious for me until I started watching other YouTubers, and I just kind of said, you know what, maybe I'll give this a second try. And I think around that time, my brother started to kind of get me back into modded Minecraft. And now it's kind of like a reverse role where I'm showing him all the 1.13 stuff and like how to redstone, and it's just kind of like this role reversal.
Yeah.
So it's been like a progression of getting into Minecraft for me.
Although, like, how long of a period of time do you think it took you from when you first tried it to when you actually got into it?
Oh man,
Like a few years, maybe?
yeah, it's been years. It's been a couple of years
Right.
for sure.
So how long ago actually was it when you actually got into Minecraft?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
So, how long ago would you say did you actually get into it?
Oh, so for me, it didn't really get serious until probably 2 years ago. I think
Right.
within the past 2 years, that's when I really started getting into Minecraft, and now I'm just addicted to it.
I mean, within terms of Minecraft, that's still relatively new. Uh, and yeah, almost everyone who I talk to always say at first they didn't like it, and then they always come back around to it and end up loving it. Like everyone says that.
I can see that. I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, "This is a kiddies game, isn't it?"
Yeah.
Like I always heard like kids were playing the game. I was like, I don't understand this.
I think when you look at it, it looks so basic and simple and childlike. You think, oh, that'd be rubbish, that. And then as soon as you give it a genuine chance, you discover how great it actually is.
Oh, it's an immensely creative and surprisingly technical game,
Yeah. So,
especially with the redstone.
well, yeah. So, what's your forte in Minecraft? Or would you call yourself a redstone or a builder, or what would you say?
I think I'm a little bit of both in what you just mentioned. I feel like I'm pretty good at building. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm the best, but I definitely like to dabble in redstone as well. So I would have to say somewhere between there, or either both kind of areas.
Would you say you're playing more on survival than creative?
I definitely play more in survival. There's definitely something about the survival aspect that kind of adds more to the game. It's a little bit more challenging because you have to acquire so many resources.
But that's what people like about it, though, isn't it? Because it's more satisfying in the end when you get things done.
Exactly, it kind of makes it more worthwhile. Whereas creative is just like this free for all kind of deal.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess in survival, a lot of people like the idea of cutting down a tree and making a house from it. Because I think in real life, that's what we would quite like to do. I would love to cut down a tree and make a house with it.
Well, that's the whole crafting kind of thing is I think what makes survival so much fun too, because you can take those things and just kind of make things out of other things, and that's actually something I hope to see get developed in Minecraft more.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're adding like 40 new blocks or something soon, which is going to be a pretty big game changer for us.
Yeah. 40 new blocks, you said? Yeah, that's going to be a lot.
I think most of it is stairs and slabs that weren't previously available, which is going to be great. So, how are you feeling about that? Are you quite excited, or do you not think it'll make much of a difference for your type of gameplay?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely excited for it because I think it's gonna, as a builder, it's going to really kind of make the world more creative, I guess, in a manner of the things that you build.
Yes.
I'm a little disgruntled about the fact that it's being released so soon after 1.13. At
Yeah.
the same time, I feel like this is probably something that should have been added to the game ages ago.
A long, long time ago.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a mix of emotions, I guess, for
Yeah.
me. But it should be cool. It should be exciting. Anything
Yeah.
that they do to add on to Minecraft should be good.
But it's like they're adding pandas as well, which like you can't believe that pandas are coming around the same time as slabs. Like surely, like the order of things are so backwards.
Yeah,
You can't
it's
believe
weird.
it.
I kind of wonder what's happening over there at Mojang. So who knows?
So surely somebody just came with this like, look, guys, pandas. What do you think? Like, forget these slabs and stairs and stuff. Who cares about that? We've got pandas
Right.
here, and I just think that they must be going mental at Microsoft.
I kind of wonder what drops you're going to get out of pandas. Like, do they just drop more bamboo, or
I'm
what's going
thinking
on
they'll
there?
drop sugarcane. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that would make sense to me.
Well, that might be a good breeding aspect if you can breed them. Just give them some sugar cane.
Well, it would actually make sugarcane more useful as well, because at the minute you get to way too much of it if you have a farm. So I mean,
My question is, can you ride them? Can you put a saddle on
that
a
would be
panda?
amazing. I would love that.
That would be funny.
You can you remember that old YouTube video of the baby panda sneezing and the big panda getting scared?
Oh no, I'm gonna have to watch that.
It's like one of the most world famous YouTube clips of all time. And as soon as I saw the project, I thought someone's gonna make that in Minecraft. So as soon as it comes out, I'm making that. I'll be the first one to claim it.
Fantastic. I
Yeah.
see you jump on that quick.
Yeah. So to talk about your Minecraft persona, because what's it called, the full Metal Gear thing,
The power armor.
power armor. That's right. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I guess anybody that knows me or knows me well enough knows that I'm really into Fallout. So I seem to have incorporated some of that into, I guess, the Minecraft game as well.
Yeah.
And so that kind of, I guess, started out with the skin where it's just a power armor suit. And I think originally, actually, it was just like a vault dweller. I had like the whole vault kind of jumpsuit on.
Mhm.
And then that kind of progressed to having the whole power armor. So I kind of like that better. It just, I don't know. I don't know what that really says about me, but it feels natural.
Yeah. I mean, if I like Fallout, then I guess it makes perfect sense. I mean, I never even knew until you told me, because I've never played Fallout. So to me, you just had a really random skin, and then
Oh, yeah.
I actually won that prize that you sent me from the poll,
Right.
and you're like, oh, because it's my skin. I was like, oh, right, so that's what it's from. And so I've actually got the Funko Pop right here in front of me, and it's class. I love it. I
Nice.
haven't actually took it out the box yet, because I kind of don't want to damage the packaging. So I'm that kind of person.
Well, I'm glad you got it safely, regardless.
Yeah, I can't believe how much money you spent on that. I wouldn't have even asked you to do it if I knew, because the pricing of the shipping was in it, and it was insane.
It could have been worse, honestly. It could have been much worse.
So for those of you who don't know, DomRetana does this contest on Twitter where it's a random poll, and he picks a winner randomly, and they get sent a certificate, a Funko Pop, and some stickers, and a certificate of awesomeness. And he lives it's in America you live in, isn't it?
Right.
And I live in England. So he spent a fortune sending me this stuff, and I couldn't believe it when I found out. So, but you said in the future you're going to be sticking to America, though, won't you?
I think so. I mean, it's I hate to break promises, and if I say, these people are in the poll already, I can't just remove them for the sake of an expensive shipping fee. That's why I think I've been doing it kind of like so spread apart, so I can kind of accrue some money to kind of pay for the shipping that goes internationally.
You're the only person I know that would do that, because it's kind of insane.
It's just a nice way to kind of show appreciation and kind of boost your own motivation, because it's like, okay, somebody out there really feels like it's worth sharing this type of item or happiness with, so it's just a little thing I do, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it is really nice, and I think who else has won the contest so far?
Let's see. Grumpy Owl won
Yeah,
already. Bliss, I think, was the first one to win.
yeah, I remember Bliss winning. I did know Grumpy Owl won one though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he won one, and then shoot, how many have I done so far? Was it just three or four? I think may have just been you. No, I'm sorry. Oh wait, no, I don't recall actually.
Right? I mean, either way, you've done like 3 or 4, which is it's a lot of money you've spent on this. But I mean, I've actually got the stickers here because I'm planning on making a sticker board of different
Oh,
YouTubers who I
nice.
quite like. So
That's cool. That sounds like
you're
an
gonna be
awesome
right in
idea.
the middle there for my first one.
Nice.
But the sticker is basically your logo, basically, isn't it?
Right, right.
Which I'll have in the thumbnail, so people can see what it looks like. But yeah, it's really cool. So if you want to enter the contest, I'll have his links down below for his Twitter.
Awesome.
So you said that you were watching other YouTubers, which is where you got into Minecraft as well. So what other YouTubers were you watching?
Let's see. I think at the time, I was really kind of watching a wide variety of different YouTubers. I was watching a mix between like Shoddycast
Hmm.
and MXR, and then I was watching Gopher,
All right.
and I think it was Gopher who initially got me back into Minecraft, really, because he had started his own little journey and then eventually opened up his own public server.
Right.
And I think around that time is when I actually said, okay, let's give it a try. And I kind of just jumped into Gopher's server.
Hmm.
And
And
it's been like, I guess, a journey for myself, just watching all his other fans build as well.
so would you say that he's one of the reasons you started YouTube?
Yeah, I want to say it was probably between him and MXR and another one that I don't quite remember at the moment, but it was like this mix of basically my three favorite games, and I just kind of sat there and said, you know what, maybe I should give this a try. Like maybe this is something I can do with all the experience I have with editing and video stuff. You know.
Hmm. Do you already have a bit of experience with that kind of thing?
Well, I went to school for computer animation. That's kind of what I got my degree in.
Right. So
And
is that what you do for work?
no, unfortunately, no, it's not. It's something that I tried to get into, but the competition was just so saturated,
Right.
and people in that industry usually don't quit their jobs, so there's never really much openings available anyway.
Right.
So I went elsewhere as far as my career path went, but that was kind of always sitting there, like I don't want to like drop the ball on this. Like
No.
I need to do something creatively.
I guess YouTube's a good outlet for that. Then it makes it worth your while, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, video editing was never a part of my plan, but it just, that just kind of becomes a thing because of YouTube. Like you have to
Yeah.
know how to video edit in some
Do,
manner.
do you think it would ever do that, like as a side gig, editing other YouTubers' videos? Because I mean, YouTube's always looking for editors.
Um, Editing other YouTubers' videos, I don't know specifically. If it was more of like a team thing where I was still a part of those videos, then yeah,
Mhm.
maybe. But
Right.
um, as far as my own stuff, I have a lot of fun with it. I mean, it's awesome to just kind of edit videos and see a final product from all the bits and pieces.
Yeah, especially if it's like one of those videos where it's like 10 different ports all put together and making a flow nicely. It's quite satisfying when you finally get it right.
Oh yeah, and then you get super excited when you finally like start to learn new things and put out
Yeah.
these amazing videos, and then
Yeah.
you know,
It's like my first video compared to my new ones, the editing is completely different because I had no idea what I was doing. And then
right?
now I've kind of learned a bit as it was going on. But yeah, it's quite a fun learning process.
Yeah, it's you pick up little techniques like learning how to fade stuff or
Yeah.
just screen transitions and things. It's interesting.
So when when you started YouTube, was there like a goal in mind? Like why did you start YouTube? What made you think I want to try this?
Well, I mean, aside from watching other YouTubers,
Hmm.
I think personally for me it was, let's see. I mean, I wouldn't say I had a specific goal, but I had maybe several,
Hmm.
and definitely just trying to stick with like my creative lifestyle or just trying to be creative in general was one of
Hmm.
them. But at the time when I started, I was, hoping to achieve the same success that other YouTubers can gain.
Mhm.
Um, I, I don't know what my perception of reality was at that point, but it's definitely changed over time.
Yeah, the YouTube is very much saturated with YouTubers.
Oh yeah. And also, I think at the time, I really wanted to give more exposure to like the extra life charities that I get involved with. So
Hmm.
um, I think it's a nice outlet too to kind of incorporate into YouTube.
Yeah. So the Extra Life charities, could you tell me a bit more about that?
So Extra Life is kind of like a charity. It's an organization where it's kind of catered to gamers,
Hmm.
and gamers will collect donations that will go to a specific hospital of their choice.
Right.
And these hospitals they're a part of the Children's Miracle Network hospitals system, and all the donations basically go to kids with cancer or kids that are suffering with severe illnesses, and it goes to
Right.
like their medical bills. It helps the families with the medical bills, their comfort, their medications, all this stuff. So it really helps them out.
Well, I've never heard about that. That's amazing. If you send me some links to that, that'll definitely be going in the description below for anyone
Uh,
who's feeling charitable.
yeah, I'll definitely send you information on that. It's
Yeah.
actually pretty interesting, and I've been doing it for 4 years now.
Right.
I actually started doing this with a couple of my friends from Bethesda Softworks, and and then from there I just kind of started doing it on my own. But I'm still a part of like this team system that we have
Hmm.
for Extra Life.
I mean, that's great. That's really nice to hear people doing that still. I mean, obviously, you personally don't get anything out of it other than the satisfaction of knowing that you're helping people.
Yeah,
So it's great.
exactly. That's kind of the main gist of it.
I
I
mean,
really don't get anything out of it. I don't see any
no,
of the donations or anything.
no, of course. So that's really nice of you to be doing that. So I mean, I think all of us know someone who gets affected by it.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so we all need to do our fair share to help out, of course. And obviously spreading awareness like you're doing is a great way to do that.
Right.
But recently on your YouTube, you hit a bit of a milestone, didn't you? Because you've just hit 350 subscribers.
Yeah, it just
So
happened a few days ago.
yeah, so how are you feeling about that?
It's besides hitting just 350. I mean, the amount of growth I've seen this like year has been absolutely amazing, and to get just to even to 350 even before the year's end is pretty surprising, and I just can't wait to see how much it actually continues to grow.
Yeah, I mean you're going at a pretty fast rate now because you got a bit of momentum going now. Um,
I sure hope so.
I mean, what do you think? There's been any changes to YouTube at all that's made you go a bit faster? Or do you think people are just finally starting to catch on with you?
Um, I think it's kind of a little of both.
Hmm.
There's definitely the more people that kind of become aware of your channel, the more that kind of spider webs out, I believe.
Hmm.
Because word of mouth, they'll tell their friends or whatnot, and hey, you got to check this guy out or something. And um, I mean, that's kind of what happened with the Cap. Like he introduced me to the entire
Yes.
network we have on Twitter, and
Yeah.
from there it just kind of blew up as well too.
I remember because I watched a spotlight video of you, and then I saw you on Twitter, and I think that's basically how you joined the community. 'Cause we more or less joined around the same time.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and it was great because Cap's this guy who can just bring so many people together. He's
Yeah, I don't know
literally
what he does, but he makes it
yeah,
work.
he is literally the captain. Like no one
Yeah.
questions him. It's great. I think every single person who I've interviewed has had some great story about Captain, and it's great.
It is funny. I mean, he just kind of reached out one day and said, "Hey, I want to do a feature video on you, and your stuff's awesome." And I said, "Okay, let's do this." And
Yeah,
from there, it just kind of took off.
yeah. Did you see any increase of subs from that and views or?
I think so. Most for sure. I mean, there was definitely an increase of subs from um, just his, being featured on his channel, and then of
Mhm.
course
From Twitter
being
as well?
introduced to the whole community on Twitter,
Mhm.
definitely. And then of course, there's the whole factor of you still have to work hard. Like you still have to build your product and and
Yeah,
and really make
definitely.
it your own.
Yeah.
You can't just rely on word of mouth and stuff. And I think there's a little bit of that too. Like I've seen ways that I've done things differently over time. Like and that's kind of interesting to me too, because I've always been fascinated with how to grow,
Yeah.
like quality wise.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, as you go on YouTube, obviously, the more videos you do, the better you get it, the better quality you get. But
Yeah.
one thing I've seen with shoutouts though is that you get the subs, but you don't get the views. So I guess it's getting people to stay there once they do subscribe.
Right.
I would say your content's pretty good. I mean, you've just started a new series called is it Chunky Minecraft?
Right.
And I haven't actually seen the first episode yet because quite a lot on Twitter you've been talking about it for a while. So I am quite interested. So can you tell us a bit about what's Chunky Minecraft about?
So Chunky Minecraft is kind of a different way for me to play Minecraft. It's kind of, in a way, I'm trying to challenge myself a little bit more. And what I'm doing in Chunky Minecraft is I'm restricting myself to building particular or specific type of builds within the confines of a chunk.
Right.
So if I wanted, say, like a item organizer or some type of mass item sorter, I have to stay within the restraints of a 16 by 16 block chunk.
Right.
So it's interesting how to kind of make that work. And there's other situations that I run into, like an iron farm, which kind of it exceeds the limit. Yeah, it kind of requires a 20 by 20 block space. So there's kind of like a little loophole there with builds like that, where I have to build it the size that it has to be, but then like I still kind of restrain myself to a chunk, and then the outside borders are kind of like blocked then at that moment, so I can't build anything around it.
I mean, it kind of forces you to be more creative and try and make things more compact and different designs.
Right.
Which, of course, is really interesting to see.
Right, absolutely.
Is there anything? I mean, obviously, this is a brand new series. So, how many episodes have you pre-recorded of the new series?
I think I have 8 episodes recorded so far.
So, is there any chance of? I mean, it's going to be about 2 weeks before this video comes out. Well, this podcast goes out. So, is there any sneak peeks you can tell us about what to expect?
So for this series, my brother is kind of joining in on this series, so we'll have that interesting brotherly dynamic on there, which is kind of funny sometimes.
Do you have a bit of a banter between you, or?
Yeah, well, sometimes.
Right.
For the time being, I think it's really interesting that he hasn't played Minecraft in a while, and he's so used to modded Minecraft that having to kind of reintroduce him to all the new stuff in 1.13 and all the redstone stuff that he's not used to at all is like I'm forcing him to do more of the stuff.
Right. So he's kind of like your apprentice.
Right, exactly. So I'll give you like a kind of scenario in a situation that we had. We had built a villager breeder because we needed villagers for another build that we were building, and I said, okay, we need to transport these. So I put one in a boat, and he just was like amazed by like the fact that I put a villager in a boat. Like it was just a complete shock and surprise to him, and it was just the most hilarious moment ever.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's little things like that happen, and it's I think it's going to be an amusing series, honestly.
Yeah, I'm looking. Is he in episode 1, your brother?
Yeah, he's in all the pre-recorded episodes so far, except for one of them. So so we're like 7 for 8 right now.
Right. Okay. So I'm definitely going to watch that because I'm quite interested in seeing that relationship you have. It must make it quite interesting. It's a completely different to your other series, would you say? Was that for Minion Land?
Yeah, Minion Land was actually so that's Gopher's server, and that's multiplayer, like a mass multiplayer server.
Yeah, so that's like your SMP basically.
Right, exactly. It's an awesome place. I love the people on there. It's a little behind though. It's still in 1.12 because of all the plugins that need to be updated and
of course, yeah,
all that stuff. So it's definitely very different from Minion Land.
Yeah, I mean, you've got over 100 episodes of Minion Land now. I mean,
yeah.
How are you able to keep so many ideas going? Because you upload quite regularly as well. How do you have like a list of ideas that you want to build, or how do you do it?
So the thing that made it really easy for Minion Land was the fact that I was theming all of my builds after Fallout locations.
All right, I'm with you.
So I tried to find ways, or just, I would make a list of general places that I wanted to build just because I thought that those were very memorable locations in the Fallout games.
Hmm.
But not only that, I would try to, if possible, I would try to find ways of incorporating a blend of Minecraft and Fallout. So, for example, we did the Super Duper Mart, which was a very iconic location in Fallout 3.
Hmm.
And I decided, okay, I'm going to turn that into my mass storage area. And it was just like, my Minecraft storage area. I couldn't redstone it because of the limit, the type of style that I was trying to do for that build.
Hmm.
So you could walk through the Super Duper Mart, and it was laid out exactly like you would find it in Fallout 3. And all the
Right.
chests that I used for storage were like the supermarket aisles, and it was just people loved it, like especially people that were familiar with it.
Yeah, if you've seen the game before and you see, like, would you be able to recognize it straight away?
Um, if you've seen the game before, yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's some people on the server that have played Fallout 3 and definitely know the Super Duper Mart, and they would just walk up to like what was basically the parking lot for the place,
Right.
and they would just be like, "Oh my god, this is incredible!"
Yeah.
Like it was iconic, like a very good replica of the Super Duper Mart in Minecraft form.
That's great. It's great when, like, if you try to build something after something else and people recognize it, you think, oh yeah, they've recognized it. It's definitely right. It must be quite satisfying for you.
Oh, absolutely. It's just like, okay, I did this good then, like I really succeeded in building this location.
And in Survival 2, it's even harder because it must have been quite a big build. And I mean, I've seen some of the episodes, and they're not small episodes. A lot happens in them.
Oh yeah.
It's big builds. I mean, yeah, you upload regularly from that as well, so it must be quite difficult to gain so much done in such a short period of time in survival.
Yeah, it's pretty challenging in survival. I got to say that. And you're right, some of those builds are enormous.
Yeah.
Um I'm lucky that community on Minionland, they are who they are
Hmm.
because they have contributed to the builds. They will bring me resources if I'm lacking, if I don't have time to go out to like the Mesa, or I think one of the big ones were the mass fusion tower that I have on the series,
Hmm.
and that's all done. The exterior is all done out of wool blocks, and it's just I can't even tell you how many wool blocks it was, but countless people would just kind of shear their sheep and just kind of bring me wool because I couldn't have done it all by myself in the amount of time that it was completed in. It was just the amount of help you get on that server is amazing.
I mean, that's a good sign for an SMP, isn't it? When everyone helps each other out, because some SMPs, even though it's a server, everyone kind of sticks to themselves and no one really helps each other out. And I guess that's what you want from a server when people like say, "Oh, you're busy. What can I do to help you out and stuff?" So, like, it sounds like you got a good community going on in there.
Oh yeah, the community there is fun. I mean, they will do. I think like right now, as we speak, they are currently trying to set up the 2-year anniversary party for the server. So like everybody's kind of contributing, building a giant cake and stuff. So
Right.
people are very helpful and eager to kind of do collab builds, or like they have no problems doing their own thing if they need to later on. So I mean, it's an interesting mix.
Yeah. So, how many of you are actually on the server?
So I think when the server started, when Gopher first opened it up, it was like around 200 people, and over
Right.
time that kind of bled off because Gopher then stopped playing Minecraft as much because every time he logged on, he would just get swarmed by his fans.
Yeah, that's I can imagine.
Right. So nowadays, like 2 years later, he still occasionally pops in, and I think he was planning on coming back kind of unannounced, maybe under an alias or even invisible.
Hmm.
But uh, um, 2 years later, we're comfortably sitting at an average of maybe 20 people per day, and that can vary depending on the hours since it is like a globally opened server.
Hmm. I
So
mean, yeah.
it's not terrible, but it's not bad either.
That's a good amount of people. I mean, surely, like, because you have another series where you explore Miniland, don't you? So there must be like constantly new things to be seen.
Oh yeah, it's we've seen that server's seen a lot of traffic from both uh, returning players from long ago to the more kind of stable, more frequent every day by day player to even new players that just come in for the first time. Like we'll see a little bit of everything every now and then.
Yeah. So I mean, you obviously get quite a big mix. Is there anyone else on there that is in the Fallout and just other builds, or is it just you there that does that?
No, I think it's just me. I'm the only one that's. I mean, there's been other people that have kind of built a Fallout thing. I think based off of the Fallout series that Gopher's doing or has done,
Mhm.
just to kind of get Gopher's attention. But as far as like a full out like Fallout themed build area, that's all
That's all
me.
you. I mean,
Yeah,
would it be fair to say you're a bit obsessed with Fallout?
yeah, I would. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, you bought that. Is it a Pip Boy, like the old
Yeah.
thing? That's your most popular videos as well, isn't it?
Yeah, the unboxings for the was it the Bluetooth Deluxe Edition Pip-Boy? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so but what are all those things? 'Cause I've never seen them before.
So the Pip-Boy is actually a Fallout item, and it's a wearable item by the player.
'Cause
But what
it
makes
looks
it
like a
so
smartwatch to me.
it's basically like a nuclear powered smartwatch.
Oh, okay, okay.
But what makes it so cool in game is that that's actually the interface for your menus.
All right, I'm with you.
So like if you wanted to like go through your weapon stock or all your ammo or items and stuff like that's you would look at your Pip-Boy, and it
Right.
just makes the game so much more immersive and fun. But
So
I
the one in real life, does like can you play like music off it and stuff, or what's up with it?
so so there was two editions that were released, and I think one was released originally with the Fallout 4 game, and that was basically just a plastic shell that could hold your cell phone, and the cell phone would have the Pip-Boy kind of interface app
Right.
that could be paired to the game. The
Okay.
videos you're referring to are it's a model that came out much later, and it's
Hmm.
kind of what they call the Bluetooth Deluxe version. It doesn't connect to the game. It's more like a standalone self-powered version. It doesn't require your cell phone,
Hmm.
but it kind of has a little bit more features that people would have wanted to see more like the actual Pip-Boy. Now, there's stuff that's lacking, of course, but it was the more sought out model, I guess.
So what does it do?
So the deluxe version has, it's a clock, it's a calendar. You can actually listen to the radio on it. You can actually connect your phone to it to listen to your own music through it.
That's pretty
Um,
useful then, yeah.
yeah, I usually just kind of have it here on the side of my desk to see what the time is when I'm recording, so I
Right.
know how far I've gone.
I mean that's an expensive clock.
Yeah, I mean it's essentially a cosplay item. That's really all it
Right.
is.
Right.
It's a very expensive cosplay item.
Do you have any other of the Fallout cosplay stuff? Can you go like Fallout?
um, I myself haven't done any cosplay of any
Right.
kind,
Oh.
but I have some friends that had, and I follow some other, I guess, online friends that I've made that do Fallout cosplay, and that stuff is just wild and crazy. I love it.
Yeah, I was hoping that you would, so I could put a picture up on the screen.
Oh, that would be amazing, but no, I haven't. I
Oh.
haven't dived that deep yet. Maybe one of these days.
Yeah, when that happens, let me know, and I'll update the video to put a picture of that on the screen. So
I keep telling myself.
if you're
Sorry.
watching this 2 years later after I've released it, and there's a picture there, that means we've got him to do it.
Right. Maybe in 2 years' time, I'll actually have a power armor suit built.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be great if they just. Like, in Minecraft, do you go on an anvil with your diamond arm and put like power suit chest plates and do stuff like that?
Oh, it's. I can't remember. I think it was a one of the first series I started recording on. Recording or doing with my brother back when he started to kind of get me back into Minecraft. I had the power armor suit skin on, and then I put like the diamond armor on, and then he was like, "What are you doing? You're wearing armor on top of armor." I'm like,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like, this is just it is what it is, you know. And it was a good laugh.
It's a shame because your skins look so good, and then you hide them all with armor. There should be a way to make armor invisible or something.
You know what? I think there are mods for that. I just don't know. It is a shame. You're right.
I mean, you
I don't
spend
know how to work
hours
around that.
designing your skin, and then no one sees it.
Isn't that's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. I mean, because you're a bit of an artist as well, aren't you?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, so did you design your skin yourself?
Well, it was a skin that I searched for, and I didn't find. You can never really find a skin that you're totally satisfied with. So
No.
I actually took a skin I found, and then I started to kind of do my own things to it because I was like, I think I can perfect this a little bit further, like push it a little bit further, and that's what I ended up doing.
Right. So you essentially like made it better than what it was.
Right, right.
I mean, so you're obviously reading the Fallout. So what's this homesick thing all about?
So occasionally, just to kind of add a little bit more variation to the channel, I'll go to Steam and I'll just kind of grab a game I've never really heard about.
Mm-hmm.
And Homesick is one of those situations. And it's just kind of like a narrative type mystery walking game kind of simulator thing. I really don't even know what it qualifies under. But it was what caught my eye to that game was the graphical beauty of it. I mean, it doesn't have much as far as content or control or anything like that. I mean, there's not much to the game at all, but visually the game is stunning.
Right. I mean, I've seen the thumbnails and they are quite pretty.
Right.
I mean, the graphics are like the lighting is really well made.
Yeah, it's a game that you'll definitely appreciate visually.
Yeah. I mean,
But it was
in episode 1. It's called Homeside. Is there a reason for that?
Homeside? Oh, did I misspell something?
It looked like the very first episode is called The Light dash Homeside dash episode 1. So I wasn't sure because I noticed that straight away.
I must have misspelled something.
Oh, I mean, by the time this comes out, obviously you'll fix it so nobody will see that. So you could just say I'm lying. You could just say he's lying, guys.
Definitely.
I mean, he's just making this up. If you check my channel now, it'll be Homesick. I mean, yeah, how many episodes?
Oh no.
11 episodes. Yeah.
It is Homesick. It's just I think it's the cursive, the font that it's in.
Right. Like,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, the actual title is Homeside. I mean,
that's definitely getting corrected.
Yeah. I mean, guys, I'm just lying, aren't I? That's not even a thing. If you go to his channel now, you'll see it's Homesick. You don't know what I'm talking about. But
don't listen to Zoo. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Nobody should listen to Zoo. That's always a bad idea. So 11 episodes deep in that. How long do you think the series will be on for?
That series?
Yeah.
So not that long, actually. Actually, I think we just ended it. Right, and I think it's been up for 11 episodes and at maybe 15 minutes per episode.
Something like that, yeah.
It's not a very long game, and I could have probably completed it much sooner. Now knowing how to play the game, but since I went into it completely blind, I really didn't know what I was supposed to do or what the purpose of the game was. So I was just kind of exploring as much as I could possibly could.
I mean, that's more fun YouTube-wise because obviously people get to see that and see your reactions and your perception of the game,
right? Which
is quite fun.
Right, and that's kind of something I like to do with these type of games. I like to just kind of record it raw and really kind of you get my reaction to it.
So it's all perfectly natural. It's all organic. It's not scripted whatsoever, which I much prefer from YouTubers because it's a lot more honest, isn't it?
Right, exactly.
So,
I mean, I tend to record my videos like that anyway, but some of the other stuff like Minecraft gets more cuts.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you have to, don't you? Because there's so much footage, you got like take it down to like 15 to 20 minutes, which is it
Oh
can be quite
yeah,
difficult.
it's insane.
Yeah. So we're coming for about 45 minutes now. So just to sort of bring things to an end. So what would you say are the future projects that you're working on at the minute for your YouTube? Anything you can tell us?
Future projects. Well, we're definitely running into situations where I need to be more cautious of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of being more picky and wise with things I choose as far as being able to make content with. So Minecraft is definitely sticking around. As you said before, we have started already the Chunky Minecraft
Yeah.
series, which is brand new. So that's definitely on the table.
So do you think that'll be a long series, like a full-on 100 episodes at least?
We will certainly make it. We'll try to make it that long at least.
Mhm.
So we'll see. We'll see how far it goes. With Minecraft trying to push more updates all of a sudden, who knows
Yeah.
if we'll need to update so soon or not. So who
Yeah.
knows?
I mean,
But we'll
if you
try to.
do, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, is it? Because biome-wise, there's not massive changes, is there?
No, it just sounds like it's a block thing. So
Yeah.
hopefully it'll be an easy transition to kind of blend in, and nobody will really notice at that point.
Hopefully, yeah.
But something I guess I could definitely mention, because I've mentioned it on Twitter plenty of times now, is Fallout 76, which I'm definitely looking forward to, and that's going to be another series to look forward to on the channel as well.
So is that a new Fallout game that's coming out?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's not really considered a part of the main series because it doesn't hold a number. I mean, it holds. The game itself is called Fallout 76, but it's not.
I was going to say, there's not been 75 games I've missed out, is there? Because,
Exactly. So
yeah.
it's not Fallout 5, is what I'm trying to say.
Right, I'm with you.
So
the story doesn't continue from where it left off last.
Well, they never really did. They always picked up after a new character.
Right.
So it was always like a new story every game.
Mm-hmm.
This one is just very different for the fact that it's now multiplayer. It's online, and
Right.
it's gonna. A lot of people were kind of scared at first, and I think with the more information that was released as days went on, people kind of turned around to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that were scared are kind of welcoming it back. And I think there's still a lot of skepticism, but I think it'll be interesting and a lot of fun to watch regardless.
Yeah, I mean, give it a chance anyway. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't have to play it. Keep it on. But I mean, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, Fallout, from what I've heard, has always been quite good games, like really high quality. So I'm sure that they're going to keep that going.
Right, exactly.
But,
so
yeah,
who knows? I mean, it'll be. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely. I mean, I'm not into that type of game, but I will watch it, if I find it interesting. So, I mean, I'm definitely willing to give it a chance.
It's definitely if you like exploration and just it's definitely a unique game. It's definitely one that stands out in a post-apocalyptic genre, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of I can't even say that word. Apocalyptic.
You got it.
But Fallout's always been the most successful one, for what I've heard about.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, would you say that's like the number one thing you're looking forward to for the channel? Like.
Yeah, that and Chunky Minecraft. I'm really excited for people to really see more of Chunky Minecraft, because that's just, I think it's going to be funny to watch. But definitely on a visual, more aesthetic type thing, type of game, I think Fallout will be a lot interesting, very interesting as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't really get two more different games than Minecraft and Fallout.
That's very true.
If you look at them differently, you wouldn't think that one channel has them both.
No, absolutely.
But I'm sure it would be great. So, what would you say are your ambitions for the channel? Like, where do you see yourself in a year's time?
Oh man,
it sounds like a job interview, doesn't it? Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
Right. These are questions that you always hope for the best for, but don't really have a solid answer for, because you just never know. But
yeah, well, you never. I mean, for all you know, you could tomorrow a famous person could share a video and you could become famous. Or in a year's time, you could more or less be where you were a year ago.
where I could break both my hands and not edit videos
Yeah,
anymore.
I mean, I hope that doesn't happen.
No, me neither. But
Yeah.
I guess if you're looking for an honest answer, I guess I would like to just see it keep growing. Not just subscriber wise, because that's always a plus, but like quality wise, as far as what I put out there, I would love to see it continue to grow.
Yeah. A lot of people say they'd rather have the watch time than the subs, which I never
Well,
thought about until I became a YouTuber.
that's very true. I didn't either, actually, and it's amazing. Like all the information that we have shared on our Twitter community is really brought a lot of things to light. And you start out a YouTuber thinking, oh yeah, I'm just going to make videos and grow as fast as everybody else is doing it. And it's hard work. You got to
It
pay
really
attention
is.
to a lot of things, not just the subs.
And some people are just lucky. Some people just get the right breaks, and other people who make content 10 times better just don't get those breaks. And
Right.
they're unfortunate. But I noticed with a lot of YouTubers who have a lot of subs but don't get many views, and there's other YouTubers who have next to no subs and get loads of views. So it really is about quality over quantity, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I would say so, at least. It's definitely it's a mix of a lot of different things and how you manage your own channel and stuff too.
I mean, would you say in a year's time you might be at 1,000 subscribers? Realistically.
The way we're going,
Hmm.
I would certainly
It's a
hope so.
possibility.
It's a
Yeah.
possibility. I don't
Yeah.
know if we'll actually hit that, but I mean, it's possible, I think.
I definitely. I mean, you're going. You got a bit of momentum going now. So if that keeps going, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. Um, but yeah, I'm sure that. I mean, you'll at least be around there for sure. Especially with your Ginny Chunky Minecraft, because it sounds like that's could be quite good. So hopefully,
I
that
sure
gets
hope
you.
so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know many YouTubers who bring their family into it. So I mean, that'll be definitely be interesting to watch and see that
Oh well.
that brotherly banter.
Yeah, my brother and I have been playing games for years, so I kind of think it's a good dynamic.
Hmm.
It's not like something we're just kind of slapping together like last minute, like, oh, why don't you just play with me? Like
Yeah.
it's something we're already kind of used to. So it's what we've done growing up. I mean, I think it'll make it just much more fun because of that connection that we have with video games.
I mean, a lot of people I see collab, and there's just a lot of awkward silences because they don't really know each other enough to be
Right.
collabing, and it kind of feel awkward watching it. Whereas I guess with the brothers, I mean, you just know each other like the back of your hand, so obviously it'll be quite funny.
Oh yeah,
Um,
and
but yeah, that'd be great.
yeah, I'm sure sooner or later, once he starts to feel a little bit more comfortable with like all the stuff that's in 1.13, he'll start playing pranks on me and stuff too. So.
Yeah, when brothers play Minecraft, there has to be pranks, no matter
Oh
what.
yeah.
I've got a 5-year-old brother who I play Minecraft with, and I'm always pranking him, and he gets so
Nice.
annoyed with me.
Nice.
And my mother literally I'm 21 years old, and my mother tells me off for pranking my 5-year-old brother with Minecraft, which
Nice.
most people find hilarious.
But you have to. You just kind of have to do those things.
Yeah. I mean, he has no idea how to use TNT yet, so whenever I use it, he gets angry.
Oh, see, I would then just surround his base with TNT.
Well, that's what I
kinda
did.
something
And he didn't appreciate it.
That's awesome.
But for the final question, which I ask everybody, and no one ever knows what to say when I say this, which is, do you have any last words you want to tell the viewers?
Oh man.
Everyone comes to a complete shock when I ask this. So let's see how you do.
Be kind and rewind. No, I don't know. For the viewers specifically,
Anyone who's listening.
I would have to say, if you like watching, then make sure that you show appreciation to who you're watching, because that appreciation will always get returned.
Mhm.
Not only that if you think that you have the ability to create stuff of your own, go for it. Put yourself out there and find a good community, and they will accept you with open arms, and there's just nothing to be scared of.
I mean, our community for a definite will pretty much accept anybody.
Right.
I mean, as long as you're a decent person and you're active. And I think one of the best things about our group is no one's kind of self-involved. Everyone comments on each other's tweets. We all get involved. We all retweet, comment, no one's on YouTube in our community just to advertise. It is like a
Right.
proper community, which I love as well.
Oh, we're super supportive. So
Yeah,
definitely, if anything,
that's the
join
word I was
our
looking for,
community.
supportive. So
Right.
yeah, so I mean, all of Dom Wrestling's links are going to be in the links. So then got his YouTube, his Twitter, that extra life charity thing. That's all going to be down there. Anything else that you feel like you want me to put in the description, I'll quite happily put in there for you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
So I mean, yeah, you answered the question about what to say to the audience quite well. Most people just freeze, like I don't know what to say. So well done
It
there.
is kind of, yeah, it's one of those questions where you're like, well, what should I say? Like, should I say
Yeah.
something benevolent or?
Like I did this with for the Guardian. He's like, stay in school, kids, don't do drugs. And I was like, yeah, good, fair enough.
It's funny.
But yeah, thanks so much for coming on the podcast. It's been really good having you.
Thank you, man. It's been a pleasure.
So again, all of Dom's links could be in on the description below. Please go check him out. His new Chunky Minecraft has just started, so definitely check that out. He's got Miniland, which has over 100 episodes, so plenty of content to watch. And yeah, I guess I'll see you around.
Absolutely.
So thank you for watching / listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
See ya.